Hello, welcome in. This is Ksenia Guides Light, and this is late night a message about 888 portal that I was just about to go to sleep and I just pulled some cards and a bunch of cards came out, but the message that like relays in here is so loud and clear, and I was called to share it. So here it is. So we were picking up on like what is the shift that's happening for this collective, that's for the planet with this coming 8-8 portal, and it's significant because we have 888 trinity of August 8 and 2024 is number 8 as well. So as I was saying, we were building on creating new lives. So looking back in our ancestors who were creating new society, creating new life that we are living in now. So back then when they started, it's always based on like surviving, loss and lack mentality, a lot of limiting beliefs and limitations in life itself. So like during the wars, World War One or World War One, and back all these revolutions, and now like people just try to survive and create life that will kind of give. And so we wanted to take this consumering and taking more and more, and to survive because of the base of the fear to not having enough food, not having enough money. And like we always need to like stock up our pantries and have like a lot of everything to feel safe. And now we can see how the long-term results showing up as pollution, a lot of like garbage, plastic everywhere, a lot of waste of food. So we're kind of overtaking, and then it's just going to waste because we're not in balance and alignment. And so this shows that the life that we live in now is not the best way to live it. So we are being called as a collective, as a planet as well, shifting into different, parallel reality, different frequency, change in dimensions, because we are outgrowing this like needing, consuming, taking without balancing it out. And so the numbers here is 33, 30, and 34 on the cards, which is kind of all 333, also angel number. And the significance of the next part is that how we shifting into the next level, because the next three cards are going 43, 46, 47. So we kind of picked up and just quantum jumped on the next level. And that this next level, this next layer of us rising above the third and fourth dimension, and like rising emotion, rising spiritually and energetically into higher dimensions, with like sacred purpose. So now we understand, and it's kind of very reflecting here too. So let's see. So we had our building your world. So we created, like back in the day, people created it, but now we're shifting into living purpose. So if back then we created this society to, take and have comfort and luxury, and I'm not saying it's bad, it's just like the intentions behind it were not out of higher frequencies, and not out of love and sharing equality, but out of like having better than neighbor. And so we kind of now we're shifting into this living into this a legacy from our ancestors, good or bad, but also embodying the sacred purpose. So all that happens is for the greater reason, because like we need the dark, the bad, those experiences that are not of our desires to give us a perspective to teach us the lesson. So when we do have the option to shift into higher perspective, we already know how it looks like. We already know what we don't want. And so we are shifting into healing earth, the power to give and receive. So there was setting boundaries, and you can also see like the symbolism of how she like holding hands and protecting. And here we feel more safe and more empowered to give back, to help, to have that balance, give and take, and so receiving and giving, and this kind of getting back into this river of blessing, the flow of life. And here we can also see how she shifted from loss and lack into this holding this river of abundance. This also kind of resonates with um, when you realize that like all you needed from others were inside you all alone. So you are that river, those blessings, those love and abundance and prosperity that you were looking outside. So we're shifting our um, kind of mindset, right, from 34 to 47. So we elevated, we shifted the whole kind of dimension. So we jumped timeline to higher timeline, more abundant timeline, more prosperous, where we realizing our blessings, we're realizing that we are free, that we don't need to choose the bondage, we don't need to choose the luck, we don't need to choose like being smaller and quiet because of like safety issues. So when we shifting as a collective and as a planet into the reality where you feel free to be yourself, you feel free to shine your light, and then you kind of blessing and blossoming, and then it creates like ripple effect, and all people kind of support each other in creating this frequency, this portal that when we all communicate. And the next portion of the message is like, what are we getting as we're shifting into this new reality? And will be available telepathy. So as we opening up our consciousness and releasing the fears, we will be able to communicate more clearly on a telepathical like level. Especially we already know, like especially people who kind of work on this journey, on the self-development and healing and self-love and being spiritual and all that. It's a common knowledge that we are able to telepathically communicate. Sometimes we even do this without our awareness about it. And so it will be getting more and more available for the collective as we like learning to communicate with our guides and higher selves. And then we will be able to recognize, the oneness, that we are all one. And if you communicate with your higher self, you can communicate with, like all your friends and family and whoever is open channel to and free to communicate, because the requirement to be able to communicate, it's you need to be on the same frequency through your hearts, needs to be open in trust and truth, so you can really like be open to allow other person hear you your thoughts, because because why we stopped communicating like this, because people started hiding things, and so that's like, and if you are open and channel communication, you will know all the truth and all the thoughts. You can't just show one thought and not another. So yes, this required like being fully honest with yourself and others and open-hearted. So, but this will be more available as more people coming online. And then we will be more aware of the cycles of life, because as we're learning that the life is it's a cycle. It's like we will just rising spirally up, and that means on a quantum level we're going through the same circle kind of. But like if we choose in different like different actions, different reactions to the same kind of repeating pattern, then if we can come out on the next level, and then that's what will happening now. So we've been on this one level of being in loss and lack, and now we kind of we changing the way how we live and how we react and how we act and how we think and what we believe in and where we're going, and then that help us to this make this jump into this next cycle that we learn next level, next lesson, and once we learn that, we will be able to jump again. So as we will be kind of more understanding about like the truth, the of life, the hidden knowledge, then knowing yourself, knowing the eternity, and knowing, like all of that gives you access to like understanding the secrets of life, or how life works, or like how we always enjoying everything, even now in loss and lack. The ego thing is that for whatever reason, whatever we're doing that's limiting us also gives us pleasure, secret pleasure about like fulfilling this ego. Like when we, okay, I'm stepping out of the reading a little bit, but I'm getting this like, so when we perpetuate the limiting belief because it protects ego, it gives us this little, like satisfactory energy when we like save the ego. It's all happening unconsciously, but like the ego gets off when we choosing things that protects that ego, that protects that limiting belief. So when we do these choices, we, reinforce the limiting belief and attracting more and more that negativity. And so the deeper the ego gets roots in it, as we supporting it more and more, even not realizing that. And so that we receive this kind of some joy, some kind of euphoria that we are keep doing, and it's like this ego, like, oh my God, I'm keep getting away with this for like 30 years. So yes, and now when we're getting more aware of how it all works, how our thoughts work, and then we become aware that we are not the thoughts and we're actually one who's listening, and then you understand that you don't have to listen to thoughts, and you can, like put different thoughts that more beneficial. And that's how a step by step shifting out of this like enslavement of the mind. And so we will be more and more recognizing the patterns, the cycles, and seeing like why things happen the way they happen, so we can really observe and learn and act accordingly. And that brings us to this open connection, also confirming all of this. So without this heart open connection, we are not able really, you see how she holds. So our heart is like the tool that it's a magical being. Heart, the scientists already proved that like the hearts have this certain like brain. Hearts has like the thinking and like the feeling and the sending signals to the brain. And so being in alignment with your heart as your brain, and that's what helps keep this like open channel. And when we're true with ourselves, with our heart, and with others, so we don't pretend, we don't play small, we're being fully authentic, we're being fully open, and then yes, all of this kind of upgrades becoming more available is the clearer the channel, clearer the heart opening. So like it's when we remove all this like noise, all the thoughts, egos trying to push to cover that path that we discovered, that like the way how we can tap into this abundance and joy and shift out of this lack mentality. And ego, of course, doesn't want to kind of give in, and it will continue attacking with thoughts and but confirmations of the thoughts, so to keep you stuck. So and as this shift happening, you'll be forced to shift because it's inevitable, like whole planet is shifting, and we have to do too to enable to continue living here and thriving and continue pursuing our mission is to download, anchor the heaven on earth, the frequency confirmation. So, and we comment into this planting new seeds. So remember how back in the day we were planting seeds, but from there, like we were creating this new reality, but from the lack mentality, from the like you see how she's hidden away, hiding in some kind of cave, like holding yourself, please create something that we feel more safe. But here we already kind of over that experiment and experience, and now we are more angel, and we're more angel of our human, we're more like tuned in and connected and aligned and more higher self present, and divine mother is here too. So like Yeshua, God, Jesus, whatever, universe, this frequency of Christ is like divine unconditional love and support. And that's what we are, and that's what Jesus was talking about, that everyone has that, it is, everyone is that energy. And to be able to remove any stories that telling you opposite is to like the open heart and trust and kind of give up the control, give up the need to the things to go a certain way for your own ego ideas, and just be present, observe what's happening and act accordingly. So yes, we are a very like, as we shifting deeper and deeper into this Aquarius era, into this new age, new earth, and we tapping into more and more gifts, more and more magic, and more we are connecting to our higher self, to our true like unconditional love, to our heart portal, and connecting on a collective level. And there is of course a lot more to heal, but journey is only beginning, as we are, it's like 100 years transformation to the fully transform. But I mean, we already starting, and of course it takes time and dedication, and first of all, like being dedicated to yourself and being dedicated to that heart of yours, to that light of yours, that like God's spark, to the honoring your body as a temple where God lives, and honoring yourself as a child of God, that experiencing life, just play and being that God to yourself, like a kind and caring parent, mothering yourself again, and like, because many of us didn't have like satisfying loving experiences from our parents when we were growing up, so we were rejected or, you know, hurt, abused, and all of that. So all of that will be in the end, but it's our job to heal from that, let go of that, and really kind of shift. So we're really shifting from one level of understanding and perception to next level where we see more of who we are and what actually is going on. Oh, so it's very, very exciting. It's not gonna be easy, but it's very rewarding too when you really doing those steps, those, you know, like leaps of faith, those guide when you're following those guidances and doing these things that maybe sometimes things like it's not so important, why like small things doesn't matter, but everything is connected and everything, you know, like it's like in a clock. So like if one part out of the order, the whole mechanism is not working. So every single one of us has their like mission, their purpose in that whole mechanism, that whole design. And when we all come into our mission, that what we're here to do and do it and, you know, connect into the source of love through your heart and activating yourself more and more and all around you. And, you know, when we all really tune in into what is then we will attract and, you know, download and anchor the heaven on earth and finally live on earth forever ever in peace and harmony and enjoy this great thing that we call life. All right, I got very philosophical, but it's very inspiring to see that all this, you know, all this time that we were catching up on this feeling of transformation, change, like we can't live like this anymore. We need something new, something should change and happen, and like we should have enough for all of us and we're not supposed to pay for living on the planet, you know. We were born here into this slave program. We have to like pay for your living, basically. So yeah, this is all outdated, and we will shift slowly but surely. Maybe even some kind of big shifts and quick shifts happen, and then the transformation will be continuing. So yes, great messages. Let me just get one more card before we close this reading, because I just like those cards fall out and I was like, I need to really um share it with you guys. So let's see what it is that we need to know about 888 portal. I think there's like a full picture now. It's kind of painted for us. Okay, so what is the next step? What is the next best step for the collective to move forward with this great transformation? Letting go of lost luck mentality and opening heart and enjoying this river of abundance. Yes, fortune, wealth, and plenty. So shifting all the money limiting beliefs and any poverty or like, you know, unworthiness, wows, yeah, like when you speak unto yourself something that you never want, like can be rich or abundant or worth it. So it is a self-indulgent, self-induced. So it's all coming from your own mind, this block of abundance. And so right now we need to shift that. So death of the limiting belief towards abundance is coming. So work on why your life the way it is if you're not satisfied with it. That means that you unconsciously, of course, um, not unconsciously, subconsciously. So you kind of projected this by your beliefs about how life is going for you. So shift those beliefs and know that you've been supported, guided by angels and love, and my divine mother is here. You are the light that you're looking for, and the light always with you, and angels and God having your back and showing you the way, and you just need to trust and you need to surrender and allow universe to take care of you, and just don't resist the change, because that's what you're asking for. If you're asking for something good coming to you, that means something bad need to leave, and then it may be something that you're attached to, but there is like the opportunity for you to heal and let go and evolve and grow. And you got this, and I'm sending you love, and abundance is coming. River of blessings are coming. Love is here. Full circle of entire joy. So have this positive attitude, positive mindset, reprogram yourself, your subconscious, to think positively and to really embody this new self that is attracting abundance, that a money magnet, that is successful, that is living the best life, and this everything is possible for you. I like this. All right. If you feel called to work with me, connect with me, you can leave me a comment, email me, or yeah, follow and like and contact me. And I offer healing sessions, readings, and so on, working on my website, and links on, I don't, yeah, links are not available but you can join me in Telegram. I have my link for Telegram in my IG. I'll put it in YouTube too. And so it's free, just join the chat and we can go from there. All right, and I'll see you all later.